Welcome to the Funny Enough Podcast, where we're always living out loud.
I'm your host, Zai.
And I'm Jeffrey.
And we are back with episode 2. This episode today is a special episode. It is in dedication to my great granny, Annie Rose. She did pass this past month in February. And we just had the funeral. And so, yeah, that's where I have been. I'm so sorry for the delay and everything. I just had to take care of business, you know what I'm saying? But we are so glad that she, is in a better place. Not glad that she passed, but glad that she's in a better place. She was, really sick for a long time. Oh, I can take these off now. She was really sick for a long time. And so we're really, we're just glad that she's in a better place. It was really hard, on my grandma and the rest of the family seeing her like that. And so, it was really hard getting through the funeral. Me and my family were basically the ones that orchestrated everything. And so, it was really difficult. But we made it through, and it was beautiful, and it was what she would have wanted.
Yeah, I mean, nobody tells you how to navigate death, loss, whatever. But you're doing a good job. Your family's doing a good job. And y'all did do a very good job at the funeral. Y'all did do a very beautiful job. So,
thank you. Yeah,
of course.
It was, that's why I had to take, so many breaks and stuff, because I was trying to balance everything. But yeah, it was definitely interesting. I didn't really necessarily, plan for that to happen. It was definitely a shock for everybody, especially, things that were happening afterwards. And so it was a lot going on in the family. But we're just, glad that we made it through that. And we got everything officially taken care of the best that we could.
Mm-hmm.
And,
And y'all did a phenomenal job coming together and figuring it out the way y'all did. Y'all did a very good job.
Yeah. So this is just a special short little episode to, say we remember her, we love her, even though, he didn't get to meet her. I did get to see her right before, she passed. So I was very glad to have done that. And
Yeah.
So, I was going to talk a little bit about her, I guess.
Yeah.
Just so, you're all familiar. Her name was Annie Rose. She passed at 85. So she lived a good, long, blessed life. She was a seamstress. She was a choir. She was in choir. She loved gardens and things of that nature. So she did a lot of different things. She did housework and stuff like that, but mostly she was just a family woman. She was just connected to everybody. She knew everybody. She was helping everybody. She was really good with her hands. She loved to make things. She would sew things and give them to me and my brother and other members of my family. She would, make quilts, and she would make blankets and shirts and scarves and things like that. And, and we would take them. She just did a lot. And even in, her later years of age, she was still like trying to get around, like going to the store, going here, going there. Like she did not care.
Yeah.
So, it was hard seeing her like, transition from that.
Yes. Yes.
But, she was really, really a great person. Everybody has flaws. Despite her flaws, like she was really a great person to me. Personally, she loved me and I loved her. She was, very full of joy in her last moments when she saw me, just like I was with her. And, I will never forget that interaction.
Yeah, that's a blessing,
Yeah. So, yeah, that's her. She was a pretty cool lady, and it was my first, real funeral being a part of it.
Yeah.
Because I've been to one before, but that was my first time being a part of it and doing everything. And yeah, so
yeah,
I'm glad that we got that taken care of.
Yes, me too.
Yeah. So I don't really know what else to say about her. I'm wearing this shirt in remembrance of her, so we remember Annie Rose.
Oh.
But
and your earring.
Oh yeah, and my earring. Yeah. So yeah, I do have a short little clip, and it was taken at I think Christmas of 2020. Right after the pandemic and stuff. We still gathered together as a family, and my great grandmother, was discussing, her time, on the bus when people were being treated unfairly, and she remembers, the civil rights movement and stuff like that, and the whole Rosa Parks thing, she remembers that, and so. She was kind of talking on that, and I didn't get a chance to say it at the funeral, but I did want to include it in this podcast just because, I wanted to just, like I said, make a special dedication episode for her. And so I would probably insert that clip. I'll probably insert it in the YouTube video, but it probably won't be in this audio because it's on my phone.
Yeah.
And my phone is recording.
Yeah.
So sorry guys. But you can go to our YouTube. Our YouTube is Funny Enough Podcast at YouTube. You can go there, subscribe to our page, and look up our episode 2 special dedication episode. And you should see the end of the episode, that little clip there that I put. But yeah, that pretty much concludes.
That's so incredible, though. I didn't know that she was around so much history. Like what you just said, that's so incredible to be able to talk to someone from that era. I'm sure
she was around a while. So,
wow.
Yeah. So hopefully we all. I mean, me personally, I want to live that long. So I'm trying to get I think my grandmother told me at the funeral that her last words to me and some of my other intermediate family members was to take care of ourselves, and I took that to heart, and I'm gonna make sure to take care of myself, so I can live to be 85 too.
And everybody else take care of themselves too.
Yes, take care of yourself too. Even if you have to take days off, like I know I said every Friday, but sometimes we're not gonna be every Friday, okay? And that's all right because we will be back. So yeah, thank you for joining us in this episode. We have another one coming right after this one, so don't go nowhere.
Don't move.
Don't move. No. Just click right over to
Don't
the
even
next
flinch.
But yeah, thank you so much for listening, and rest in peace, rest in paradise, rest in power, Annie Rose. We will always remember you, and thank you all for being so patient with me. We have more episodes coming for you soon, and we love you guys, and stay tuned for more.
Bye.
Couldn't sit in front of them. You had to sit behind. Sometimes wasn't no seats back there. And then you had someone like me that would go and sit in front of them, but across from them. And then they started coughing and asking the bus driver to make you move. And they said what the lady name to sit on the bus. Rosa Parks. They ain't nobody Rosa Mississippi in there plenty times. going out Mayweather Street and turning down Simpson Street and getting off of Vine Street. Plenty times. And Sunset Avenue. Because see, they work further out. They live further out. I don't know what you call that section of town now, but they done went all past Ashford Street and all back over there. That's where the white folk live. But they would sit in the middle of the bus to keep you from sitting down. That's just how dirty they were. Then they sit there and they cough in your face. Like wasn't nothing you could do about it. But see, I always have been a rebel. And I sit where I wanted to sit. And my thing was call the police. Because I tell them to move up further. All these seats up here and you gonna sit right here to keep us from sitting down. We don't work hard all day.
Yes, ma'am.
You ain't did nothing probably sitting there on your tail in the office or something. We done went and, like I said, clean the whole house
Yeah.
and all that, wash, iron, cleaned up and everything. And we tired as I don't know what, and then you won't move to let us sit down. Oh yeah.
That's good.
And the bus fare wasn't about a dime then. And then
That
we
was
had a little
before
old thing
Marta
like
bus.
this, had tokens in
That
it.
was a different bus. Marta was not even.
Marta hadn't came here yet.
No.
Wow.
That was you know, Atlanta buses system. Atlanta Transit, wasn't it?
That's right, Atlanta
Atlanta
Transit.
Transit.
There was no Marta.
Mm-hmm.
There was no Marta buses.